TY for our first game of this. I do just need to reset this overlay a little bit though. And that should be good. Alright, so we're good, I think we are. Let's do this. To the bottom right hand side, our red Terran player here. This is TY. To the top left, our blue Protoss, PartinG. As we jump into the first game of the best of 5 series, look to see what's going to happen in this match on Parasite. Now, PartinG has been very good lately, but I mean, while he's been very good, I'm not sure if he's as good as TY. I mean, TY, come on, is an absolute legend of the game. He took down Maru in the quarterfinals of this tournament 3-2 to advance to the semifinals. So we get this set up to go. Gateway about to pop out. And Cybercore as well. So it's actually going to be a one-base opener from PartinG, or at least a very safe expansion. Cybercore before the Nexus. So just going to get his tech up a little bit faster beyond that then, as we see TY morphs in an orbital, Reaper on the way out as well. And this probe just going to go for a little bit of a wander around in a circle there as the STV comes out and will start to chase that probe down so that TY can expand. Obviously, because the expansion out of location, you can just lift it up and replace it. Better than delaying the expand. So, boom. Expansion on the way down. And the Reaper expand is set up here from TY. So, nice little startup on either side. Nothing too surprising, I would say. I mean, even the Cybercore before Nexus is becoming a bit more of a regular thing because players like to chrono boost out these first units. And maybe I'm a bit surprised about it on Parasite because Parasite is this map, obviously, which is a very large map. So trying to rush an Adept out here to go across the map is interesting. You definitely don't need it to deal with the Reaper because you could have just gone Nexus Cybercore. It would have still been out fine. So let's see here. As the Adept Shade's down again. It has no intention of sticking around to deal with the Reaper or anything. We'll get 1 and 2 shots off on the SCV, and then I guess we'll chase the SCV down and kill that off. So Adept going to chase the SCV down. And it is going to be taken down right away there. So SCV falls. Reaper in the main base jumps in, but TY will not get anything done with it. Just a little bit of a pull away on the probes, a little bit of damage. No kills though, as there is now the Stargate from PartinG as well. Also no scouting information from this Reaper, I guess. Didn't dive in far enough to see the Stargate on that pylon, so Reaper not really doing a great job so far. And with the Adept getting the SCV, TY being kept pretty in the dark in terms of what's going on here. Let's going to see this Adept is hanging out at the front. A couple of Marines and a Hellion coming forwards. Just going to be seeing that Adept taking some damage. Reaper going to start dealing some shots as well. Grenade is good to bop the Adept a little bit, but the Shade is also good to get out of there alive. Oracle on the way up from the Stargate then. And PartinG getting this ready to go. A couple of Marines of TY going to pop out in a moment or so. And again, that Starport going to land in over on the Tech Lab. Will open up opportunities, and it is going to be a Cloak Banshee from TY to get started here on Parasite. With this Reaper heading up the top right-hand side of the map, there's a real good chance for TY to maybe pop in and to deal some damage here or there as the Stalker from PartinG just going to be patrolling back and forth a little bit. And again, the Reaper, again, looking to see what he can do. He's going to come in and be like, look at me, I'm really friendly. And he's like, oh, nope, nope, nope. Clintonbot's here. He's actually joined the Protoss. You guys want to know what the 2019 BlizzCon announcement is going to be? It's going to be new unit, Cleaning Bot, Protoss unit. It actually cleans your enemy's units so that when they die, the other units are horrified at the mess they make because of the comparison or something. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how the Clean Bot's going to be used. I mean, that's what's going to be announced at BlizzCon, right? So, just you wait, though. Cleaning Bot for BlizzCon 2019 announcement as a Protoss unit. I believe. Just wait until you see the war chest skins for the Cleaning Bot. That's even better. It's going to be insane, really. Phoenix on the way out of the Stargate here. Fleet Beacon is dropping down, and there's the Raven that was on the way up, but he actually cancels it for Vikings. So decides not a bother with the Raven here. Might have just been a little bit afraid. Man, why is there a Fleet Beacon, though? Like, is PartinG really just going to go, like, 2-base Tempest? Yes, he is. Okay, well, I guess that answers my question very quickly. PartinG's been going 2-base Tempest against a bunch of people. It's very good on a map like Stasis, actually. In fact, I think it's unbeatable on Stasis, but on Parasite, I'm kind of intrigued I guess maybe he just wants to tech up in towards like air units in general. I just don't really see where you position this Tempest for it to actually be annoying on Parasite. Maybe over here, but even then you can kind of stim down this area and shut it down, so... I'm not convinced just yet as to what the idea of this is. We see a Raven now on the way up. So he did cancel that before, now decides to rebuild it. Still wants to get it going, apparently. As you do have the Hellion just hanging out at the front. Phoenix and the Oracle gonna wander around up on the high ground. Again, Tempest being chrono boosted out here as we see the Twilight Council and the Forge on the way down as well. And obviously with the Tempest popping out, I'm just intrigued, guys. I mean, he's got 2 Tempests already, so I'm extremely excited to see what on earth he's going to do with these. I'm really excited to see what on earth he's going to do with these. Sentries and Stalkers just hanging out on natural, and... well... yeah, I mean, there's a +1 armor on the Forge. I mean, I guess we just sit back and wait to see what happens. +1 attack on the Engineering Bay. Yeah, I mean, I guess we just build up into Tempest nowadays. Tempest with kind of +1 armor and charge. And I guess we're going to be seeing the Temple Archives dropping down for Storm 2. So it's actually a pretty regular build, minus the fact he opened the Tempest so quickly. Are the Tempest just that good right now? Maybe. Hellion going to come up the right-hand side, and we do see this hallucinated Phoenix of Parting heading down towards the bottom right, going to be moving in towards the natural. Again, just going to be seeing that set of units over there. So just getting some info. Sees the Raven too before he goes down to the Widow Mine. So nice hallucination, picking up some composition info as well. Now he sees the Tempest though, TY, so now he knows what he's up against. This is interesting. Storm on the way up here from PartinG, getting chrono boosted out. We see that +1 armor about halfway done. The charge going to finish as well. So that hallucinated Phoenix is going to add a couple of tags onto the medevac. And again, just a Marauder from TY going to start stimming up this left side. A Banshee coming all the way over to the left as well. And we saw this Banshee made earlier, but never really came through to anything because he cancelled Cloak. Well, here you go with TY. A big long push, but I mean, these Tempests are going to start picking away at medevacs and units already. This is ridiculous. Is he actually just going to kite across the map with the Tempest? I guess he can't kite against the Stim, but... oh, PartinG starting to lose one of the Tempest. Shields disappears and it turns around, gets another Marine. Banshee in the Maybe is just going to try and get rid of a pylon here. I mean, TY kind of wants to fight. The Revelation is good. Somehow the Oracle stays alive as well. The Tempest obviously now able to fire at max range because they can see those units all the time. As you see, a Raven in the back of the Natural is going to fight with his auto turns against the Cannon. And I kind of feel like the Cannon is more or less going to win this fight. Well, he goes down, but I feel like 3 auto turrets to eventually kill a Cannon is kind of a win, because that would have been so many probes and lost mining time otherwise. So I feel like PartinG can count that one off his checklist as a big victory. Well, now a drop comes in though. Widowmine's actually picking up a few workers already, and the Marine's able to get the Phoenix. So maybe actually some potential for TY now, as he'll push forwards with the rest of the army once again up to the right side this time, not as up the left. Towards that base as the shield batteries continue to heal up these probes, stopping them from going down just yet. Tempest doing their job and picking off these Marines actually from a pretty safe distance as well, so it's pretty sick for him. As we're going to be seeing the now big stim in towards the natural expansion. This is where the storm should become huge, but obviously PartinG's out of position with those High Templar. You see why? Oh, didn't actually see those storms from PartinG on the natural expansion, so that's nice with the Oracle going down as well. Tanking a couple. Widowmine still hanging out. Widowmine going to go off on a Tempest. Actually, the Widowmine does a ton of damage to a Tempest. You don't realize it sometimes, I feel, as we see Zealots going right into the center of the Widowmine, going right into the center of the Zealots too. Just damage here at the moment from TY actually feels pretty good for him, so I kind of like it now. Reactoring out Vikings to fight the Tempest, getting a couple of Ghosts on the way as well. And we do see this quad Widowmine drop. That's heading up to the top right-hand side, ready to drop in towards the natural and then maybe towards the main base as well. Marines and Marauders here just going to stim across the left side, but they actually don't go. I guess he doesn't know about that 4th base. Oh man, what a shame, because he could have gone up there, killed that, and then probably still gotten away with everything. Widowmine's going to unload, and PartinG well, begins to respond pretty quickly. Doesn't lose too many workers. 5 go down. This Widowmine is going to unburrow and relocate. One Widowmine in the main as well. And the Widowmine in the main just gets a couple of Stalkers. This Widowmine picked off by the single probe that goes back in. The Tempest shots then clean it out. And unfortunately, the Widowmine's not doing that much. 10 workers is still nice, though, overall. And the Medevac's staying alive, too, so it's not bad from TY. PartinG did pull back to deal with it as well, but TY wasn't able to position himself anywhere else to take advantage of that. And keeping the Medevac alive is really nice, because obviously he wants to focus on Viking production to get enough up against those Tempests. So keeping his Medevacs alive is really good for him here. Because that's another drop up the right side. I mean, TY enjoying these drops so far. They've been fairly successful for him, in fairness. And as we're going to be seeing him going all the way up to the top right-hand side. Tempest, Stalkers, all these couple of Archons as well, all setting up. And again, just going to be pushing into the center here. Hallucinated Phoenix goes down. One of the Vikings gets picked off as well. Bio will turn back around to Stim, and a couple of Zealots getting picked off too. Marine on the backside gets taken down here. And we are going to be seeing TY with a Medevac going to go jumping on in towards the natural expansion. So getting unload. I mean, how many times have we seen a cannon in this natural for shield battery just stay alive forever? This time the cannon actually will go down a little bit faster. The Storm is available though. Storm cannon will actually start getting kills. Oh my god, the Storm kills everything other than one Marine. And then the High Templar is actually gonna just about finally win the fight against the Marine. No, not every day you see a High Templar actually killing something. Even if it had to have the help of a shield battery. Just going to be seeing the units pressing forwards here. PartinG coming in. Just going to be seeing the Vikings trying to position around as well. Bit of Bio stimming forwards. And again, just going to be seeing the... Ooh, force fields down here quite nicely. I mean, the second Ghost or so can't really do much. Vikings decided not to chase forwards for a little while there. And oh, then when he does chase forwards, he runs right into a Storm. A little bit of Bio just going to run by itself. Not going to even take a Medevac's time. And that was a nice anti-armor missile, but no real capitalization from TY. Just throws it down, and, you know, that's kind of it. Look at the defense from PartinG as well. Double cannon, couple units here and there. Storm goes down instantly. Storm number 2 is ready. I mean, just complete shutdown. Absolutely no hope of doing anything. Shield battery will keep the Zealot alive as it cleans up. I mean, a few units just completely dealt with. Although, in fairness, I mean, there's a good amount of supply left behind for PartinG to do that. As we see, one of the High Templar there actually got EMP'd as it wanted to storm. Man, those Vikings are getting low though. There's so many of them in orange and red health. Anti-armor missile will connect again. These 5 Tempests still a frustration. He hasn't killed a single Tempest yet this game. The range on them is insane. And when you protect them with kind of Stalkers and High Templar underneath, it's even more difficult to get something done with it. And it's going to be seeing the units here from PartinG. Going to come in, picking off a Marine to the right side. A little bit of Bio from TY in the center. Obviously, again, wants to try and see what he can do. Tempest still pressing in. EMP is good, at least. Vikings now will get rid of 1 and 2 Tempests. First time Tempests have actually gone down this game. This is a much larger attack across the map here this time from TY, though. Obviously, he's set up on 4 bases quite comfortably because of the way you can do that on the Parasite. So his 4 bases are looking pretty okay. And, well, oh, the Storm again is going to buy time for the Zealots. And he's going to load up and boost in towards the main base, maybe. I mean, PartinG is already going to start heading back home, apparently, but maybe even just a recall into the main or something could be good for him as a High Templar hits some feedbacks up the left side. Man, there's not many units left over as they come in towards the main, and the Medevacs are so low. This is crazy. What a defense again by PartinG, just absolutely stopping TY from getting anything done here. Oh my god, and the Tempest coming in to shut down those Medevacs. Everything gets killed. Poor PartinG. Sorry, poor TY. Everything going down there. That drop unsuccessful. All because of that one Storm over here. Otherwise, he probably would have just broken through and killed this Nexus. Dropped PartinG down 3 bases. That was maybe a bit of a crucial moment for him. He missed out on that opportunity. Not that he had to kill PartinG here or anything, or kill a base. It just would have put him into a strong position. Taking a 5th base of his own, being up 2 bases would have been great for him. And one Storm just really... And, you know, obviously then you maybe kind of force that army to turn away a bit sooner to come back or so on. Just going to be seeing the army here of PartinG coming down the right side. Going to find an orbital command. An orbital command only being used for mules, etc. I love it as well. Just a few Zealots peel away into the mineral line. A couple of Storms coming down. Again, just going to be seeing these Tempests starting to fight. We see the Bio coming through. Anti-armor missile will strike a few of the Stalkers. I mean, he kind of wins against the Zealots on the top side because there's nothing really supporting those Zealots. But this entire mineral line gets cleaned out. Like, the entire mineral line gets cleaned out. 19 workers going down. Crazy. You'll see the Stalkers here from PartinG coming up the right side. We're going to be seeing some Zealots of PartinG going across into towards the center. Still trying to chase forwards over here. I'm just watching these Zealots because I know it's going to be a worker massacre. And there you go. Already 12 workers going down. TY is going to pull back to deal with that. Then is going to be seeing PartinG continuing down the left. Going into Disruptors now. So switching up into some extra splash damage. Disruptors are going to make it even more difficult for TY to dive on top of that army. And PartinG's army is sort of feeling like it's becoming unengageable. I mean, how do you even go Liberators here? Oh, well, we've got a nuke. Be surprised if this nuke was actually able to land on the army, of course. As we see a couple of storms coming down. PartinG. 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 No, PartinG, what are you doing? No! 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 PartinG has just stunned a nuke to lose all of his High Templar and all of his Tempests. What a huge mistake, as the nuke from TY is huge from him there. Big kill. Oh my god, that Ghost has 9 kills and probably the most valuable 9 kills of its life. 3 Tempests and like 5 High Templar and a Zealot? Are you kidding me? Oh my god. That's actually crazy. That is actually freaking crazy. They're about 7 force here. EMP comes down. Archon's taking a little bit of damage. EMP was good again. Stalker's pulling away. It's going to be seeing 2 more nukes on the way up as RTY try and continue with this. This Ghost in the end shows up over here and will be picking up a few probe kills. Oh, the High Templar! Ah! It doesn't target fire, actually. He would have had the kill. It's a shame. And then runs out of energy, so he isn't cloaked anymore. Just going to see the bio coming out over to the right-hand side. Liberators as well. Ghost coming up the right. Pushing in, going to see a couple of storms dropping down. Liberator sieged up and a couple of probes getting picked off. We're going to see the Ghost hit by the Disruptor. As we are going to be seeing this push forward still coming through. A couple of pylons going down here. I mean, TY taking this position. 19 workers have fallen. That nuke, man, is an absolute game changer here. As we're going to be seeing EMPs coming in on these units as they come through. The Archons just melt to those EMPs. Oh, you have to be careful with the storms, though. There's no... I think there's 1 EMP left for the High Templar, maybe, but there'll still be storms available after that. The EMP doesn't completely drain the energy, and with full energy High Templar, they had just about enough left over. Just going to be seen again the Stalkers and the Tempests on the top side again. The Libs, the Vikings, the Bio from TY coming back down the right. +2 flyer attack about to finish up here from PartinG. So again, that going as 2 more nukes on the way. Still a Zealot in the center of the map as well. PartinG is now 145 to maxed out supply. TY starting to take control of this one just a little bit as we're going to be seeing Vikings and Libs. I mean, I like it because he reset the Tempest count. You can actually go into Liberators a bit more easily now. And those Libs obviously help to control the kind of, you know, the positioning of the Protoss army on the map quite nicely. Just going to be seeing a couple of Tempest shots onto Ghosts. Marines going to be taking some damage as well. Up the left side, I mean, Liberators just want to siege up. Do they have lib range? They do not, actually. So it's going to be difficult. I mean, this is a great map for siege up at a distance and being a massive annoyance. It would essentially cause Tempests to come back to deal with it. A couple observers on the way up as, again, those Libs sieged up here. Just going to be seeing Stalkers. Well, they will be able to clean this up without too much issue. Meanwhile, we see a little bit more bio coming in on this base that was previously denied. Marauders will not get the kill again as the Tempest will show up. The Stalkers blinking in too. TY is taking this map control opportunity, though, to go up from 4 bases to a very secure 5 and 6 bases. Base on the right is looking good. Double CC building on the 6. But here comes PartinG to the left, and TY is more to the right. So TY needs to keep up with that. Maybe even a forward sensor tower here or so to see attacks on this sort of area of the pathway just a little bit ahead of time. Tempest and so on coming down the right. The Liberators taking a bit of a beating. Vikings still up in the skies, and we see a couple of ghosts coming forwards too. Tempest shots are good at the moment to open up with. Liberators sieging. But now if there's nothing to protect the Libs, if the Vikings pull back, what are you going to do? Well, TY says I'm going to doom drop because your army's positioned on the right and it's trying to deal with my air units. And while it's doing that, I will go across to the left and see if I can do some mega damage. Another Disruptor shot coming in. Vikings able to pick up a Tempest. Still see Talkers, Disruptors, and High Templar hanging around here. Nuke coming down, being placed again. The Disruptor finds only one ghost. Was on top of all of them for a moment or two. Yeah, and there's that bio unloading right now as we say. Well, the nuke's going to land, but obviously not on anything important. Nothing for it to really connect into there. A little bit of bio going to jump up the ramp and doesn't quite get the High Templar. That ramp in Storms, I mean, name a better duo. Because it has saved part in that base so many times, the Storms on that ramp. And kind of kept him in the game, honestly. Because, again, I feel as though earlier if he'd lost that, obviously TY starts to run away with the game a little more as well. Thinking here, I mean, TY now loses the right side base, but does have the central base up at least with another orbital here. So, still not doing badly in terms of units and what he has set up. So you can see the bio of TY just coming in towards the top side. Zeld's going to run in, and they are going to jump on top of the planetary fortress here. And there's no repair from TY. What is he doing? He doesn't repair the planetary, and he just lets it fall. Big mistake. I mean, at the same time, he's busy stimming in to deal with this Nexus. This army gets pushed back as well. But, I mean, those medevacs getting cleaned out. I mean, losing the planetary is a huge mistake here. A couple High Templar coming down on the right. These storm units as they come up the ramp to deal with those Zealots. And TY's units are bleeding out at the moment all over the shop. Four more medevacs coming in from TY as we see this army of PartinG still through the center of the map. A sense tower and a missile turret coming down. Liberators will start the siege, and well, Vikings coming in. Picks up a Tempest instantly. Pulls back nicely from the Disruptor. Cannot let those Disruptors go off on the Ghosts. Bunch of Storms to zone this army away. PartinG needing a moment. And now he's back on top of those Liberators. Blinks in as well as soon as they are unsieged. Blocks the sensor tower from coming up. Disruptor shot again, pushing the bio back so the rest of the units can sit here much more safely now. Vikings afraid to push in because of Storms. Oh, nice little EMP there. Vikings afraid to push in because of Storms, etc. Another nuke coming down right on top of this army. And obviously this time PartinG is not having anything to do with it, so he'll back away. Nuke is going to be allowed to land. Will not cancel. I feel like these Liberators are way too close to that nuke. Is that just me? Okay, it's just me. They must have been like just on the edge of damage range though. And just going to be seeing PartinG coming through the center now. Running straight into this. So you see the couple of Vikings find a way. Disruptor shot picks up a bunch of Marines. Nicely done. And again, PartinG to the right side. Just going to be picking off a supply depot there. I mean, obviously pushing around, just checking this base isn't back up. It isn't. I mean, PartinG is just patrolling around the map, feeling good right here. Is going to be seeing these Tempest still coming down in towards the third. And, I mean, that's his almost mined out, but still would be nice to keep it alive. Probably not worth a couple of Liberators for free for, though. And again, with the Storms, TY just can't move anywhere. Command Center going up the left. It's just crazy. Again, like, the attempts to drop on this map have just been so well defended by PartinG again and again. The couple of cannons, the High Templar scattered around. It's done such a great job from him. And so now we're going to be seeing this army just jumping in. And, well, I mean, maybe the High Templars are quite far away, so maybe he could jump on this and get something done. Nice Disruptor shot. Man, you know what, though, as this army comes around the top side as well, Zealots are going to flank it in. I just feel as though the biggest thing here is, like, this Bio Bull has always been, like, low on health. Like, I feel like it's never been fully healed. I guess that's because he's had to build so many Vikings and Libs to try and fight. As you see, Disruptors again going to push units back. Vikings going to jump on this now. Extra Zealots starting to charge through. PartinG decides to back away. He has money to spend, so if he can get reinforcements up, probably good for him. He's out of Storms. Disruptor doesn't find much. The Archons go down very quickly. The single Viking still alive is trying to chase down those Tempers, as the Bio is going to stim after this army in general. Gets the Disruptors as well, so that's always great. Now the Liberators are going to want to siege up here, but the Tempest still around is absolutely huge for him. Man, the Libs do a lot. He's going to grab the Tempest, though, and there's the Temple on the high ground to storm this away. TY's push across the map is crazy effective. scan coming down. There's multiple observers in this scan. He'll get all three of them. I don't know why all three of them are sat there. Remember, TY still has bases on the bottom side of the map here. Prism has scared this base away from actually being able to land. Again, though, this bio army is red and orange HP. I think the last thing you can do is keep running in, because every shot is a kill on one of your units. It is crazy. PartinG continue coming down to the south. We're going to see the bio here from TY loading up. Stalkers coming through, blinking on top of the Ghost. The bio was loaded into Medivac, so the Ghost takes some damage, but the Stalkers take some hits. Running in towards the High Templar, he gets eaten, he hits up a load of storms. I mean, it looks juicy, right? It's like, oh my god, I can get the High Templar, and then no, you get stormed to death. That's what happens to you if you run through there, TY. That wasn't pretty at all. 3 Medivacs, 8 Marines, and a Ghost still being produced, but I feel like TY is struggling now. That said, I mean, PartinG's bases, I mean, this fresh base in the center is the only one he's been able to establish recently. I guess this one was a bit fresher as well, although that was quite some time ago. So he's had this base up forever. Resources lost this game is so much in favor of PartinG, and that's why he's getting away with having mined off of less bases throughout the game. If TY traded a bit better, you could maybe force PartinG to take a base over here. I think you could maybe win the longevity of the game, but I guess it's really difficult to be efficient against a pro that has Tempest so early, because the Tempest trade really well, and obviously the Storms have been huge throughout. 17 SCVs were killed on this base here. As 4 probes are the only victims of this drop. Medivac, that's low, gets one shot by the Tempest. High Templar don't want to run towards the planning forwards, just dropping a storm to get rid of a few of the repairing SCVs. TY really is running out of money now. He's only on 33 workers. The last couple of months has been deadly to him, and has really set the two of them apart in terms of where they're at in the economy game. TY going to type out GG. Nothing happening. He just knows he can't fight the army any longer, and PartinG is going to pick up a bit of a 0. And to the top left-hand side, he is stud in blue, the Protoss player, PartinG. Bottom right, our red Terran player, TY. Guys, quit the balance wine in the chat. I'm sick of it. I'm going to put in subscribers mode if it continues, because it's honestly a bit ridiculous. Just enjoy the games. That's all you got to do. You don't have to complain. Literally doesn't affect you if the game isn't balanced. Well, it does a little bit, but you bickering about it in chat and arguing with other people in chat probably isn't going to fix it. Game 2 of this, as we see the gate coming down on the front from PartinG. Again, that's set to go. Rack's going to be finishing up in the main base as well. I'm intrigued to see what happens on Kairos. I mean, I honestly felt like TY early in that game had like 50 army supply lead, and he just couldn't do anything with it. So it was a bit of a tough situation, wasn't it? It was a bit of a tough situation. Like, what was the best... what was the best sort of way to, you know, kind of push in? I mean, I really feel like, again, when he dropped that left-sided base, I really think that moment was such a turning point, because, again, that storm killed off so much of the army, and the entire drop just got shut down for nothing, when it could have been a big kill if he dodged the storm, or even just eaten less of it. Anyways, let's see what game number 2 brings us, with game number 1 behind us now. And TY looking to bounce back. PartinG took down Deer in the quarterfinals of this tournament, actually. It was a very fun series. PartinG opened up very aggressively in the first couple of games, and then Nelly lost the series. I believe it was 2-0 for PartinG. Then he lost down to 2-2, and they clinched it in the game 5. Honestly, this entire tournament's been pretty fun. The group stages, I feel, were a little lackluster. But the quarterfinals onwards have been really, really sick, actually. Twilight Council dropping down in the main base, the Nexus coming in the natural as well. What's up, 7purge7? How you doing, dude? Thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub. Not the Twitch Prime sub, the regular sub. Ay. Thank you so much for the subscription, 7purge7. Get some love in the chat for that one as well. We're approaching a brand new sub mode again, guys. Hypes in the chat, poggers. Alright, so anyways, Reaper coming across over to the left-hand side. So Reaper going to run over to the left. Warp Gate is on the way up here. Parting with a Stalker about to pop out as well. And the Stalker Sentry to back up the Adept and the Stalker there across the map. Marines and the Cyclone just chilling out on the high ground. Waiting until, the Cyclone will push these units away, no problem. Depot raises, make sure the Adept doesn't shade in there. And the Adept obviously cancels its shade to go back home with Mr. Stalker. Blink as the opening from PartinG for Game 2. So already getting that Blink upgrade started. Meanwhile, we have the Warp Gate about to finish up. Robo Facility on the way down in the mains to follow up as well. No surprises there. Robo for the, just so much utility out of the Observers, and you can get a Prism up to be a bit aggressive if you want to. There's just a lot of options with what that setup gives you, so. Setting up towards it, as we do see the Stimpack starting up here from TY. Reactor going to finish up on the barracks, and we're going to be seeing a third Rax dropping down, and a Siege Tank on the way out. So Siege Tank coming through. Just going to be seeing the refinery finishing up on the natural expansion, and again, going to be seeing the engineering bay just over halfway done right now. Robo Bay is going to be finishing up on the natural in a moment or so. Stalkers from PartinG coming across down towards the bottom right side, and just going to be seeing the Siege Tank and a couple Marines on the way up still. Stalkers come in, picking up a Marine right there, and again, just going to be seeing the engineering bay getting started with that +1 attack upgrade. So, engineering bay getting going. We're going to see the Cyclone locking onto a Stalker, and there's the Disruptor on the way up here from PartinG as well. With the Warp Prism Speed, the Gravitic Drive also coming through. So, getting that Prism Speed, it's just typical PartinG setup, isn't it? The Disruptor Speed Prism. He's using the Blink Stalkers now to apply some pressure, even jumping into the main base here. Will end up probably jumping out without much damage taken. The tank there, I really thought was going to maybe get that one Stalker on the side as he jumped back in for extra Marines, but not quite. The Hallucinated Oracle taken down by the Cyclone shots. And again, if you're going to play Blink Stalker Disruptor, it's a good composition. And this is a very annoying way to play it, by harassing your way into that point of the game. So, seeing the Prism coming up now, and then I'm sure we're going to be seeing another Disruptor or two joining the fray as well. PartinG again with the early Stalkers. Just dealing some bits and pieces of damage so far. Purge, thank you so much for the 100 bits as well as the sub. So it's great to see PartinG back and taking it to some of the best players in the world again. Yeah, awesome to see PartinG back, and I'm excited to see what MC can do as well. We watched some of his games in the IEM qualifier last week, or like a few days ago, and they were really fun also. Disruptor shot picks up a few Marines, and you're just going to be seeing the army of TY still just hanging around up on the high ground. Bio just pushing forwards a little bit. Tanks going to siege up, and ooh, just load up the medevacs. So the tanks are kind of on their own. The medevacs are kind of threatening as well. They're like, I'll drop on top of you. Disruptor up in the Prism is going to be still looking for an opportunity to jump in here. Obviously got a few Marines before, which was nice, but well, since then hasn't really made another appearance. Starts to pull back, still leaves the Stalkers forwards on the map as well. And we are just going to be seeing the +1 armor upgrade on the engineering bay. Combat shields also coming in there as the Stalker's trying to blink on towards that medevac. Doesn't find it just yet. Few Widowmines start to unload. Disruptor is split away from. Does end up hitting the tank in a couple of units as well, though. As we are going to see those Widowmines burrowing up. And again, just going to be seeing the charge upgrade just over halfway done at the moment. Disruptor shot again. Does go off on a tank, man. These tanks are going to be super low. And he drops back into this. PartinG is just going to back away, though. TY being very aggro at the moment. TY with the 5 racks, so I mean, he wants to 2-base all in. But I mean, he's trying to 2-base all in when he's already losing his siege tanks. His army units are kind of just being picked apart. I mean, trying to 2-base all in, he can't even get out of his natural expansion, basically. I mean, he's finally over this left-hand side. The 3rd base taken to the top from PartinG shuts down tank attacks that rely on these rocks to be very powerful. So, there's already a big win there as the Marines will load up into the medevac. A blink forwards. The medevac actually goes down with units inside, though. It costs him a couple stalkers of the tank and Widowmine fire. Disruptor shot again, just forces the lift up. And PartinG again, I mean, he's holding TY at a, off to a position where he's not even pressuring the 3rd base. And obviously over time, PartinG's on 20+ workers lead. With a 20 worker lead or so, you would imagine that PartinG will eventually just have enough to overwhelm this army of TY. And what's TY going to do? He still isn't starting an expansion. He is completely committed to 2 bases here at the moment. Completely committed to 2 bases at the moment. You see the bio going to come back around into the center. Zealot Stalkers set to go. Disruptor shot picks off a couple of Widow Mines there. Another Disruptor going to come through. Actually does go down just before it connects on the units. Man, that was a really couple of interesting couple of moments. Again, the bio coming up to the top. You can see this army of PartinG still pushing across. One Widow Mine going down. A couple more Widow Mines just getting burrowed. And again, the Colossus from PartinG continue to set up. A few kills on the Liberator. And as we're going to be seeing Disruptors going through once more. A couple more units going down. I mean, PartinG... I mean, if TY can get across the map, there's a good possibility of maybe him getting damage done, right? Like, if he can get over there, but, well, now there's a mass of Zealots in his main base. Oh my god, 15 SCVs disappear just like that. A couple of Widow Mines clean out a couple of Zealots as well. Now, this is, This looks to be a bit over, I think, guys. More Widow Mines of TY burrowing up as we see that Prism of PartinG turns back around. Zealots are going to drop back into the natural expansion here, chasing down a bunch of SCVs. A couple of Widow Mines are going to get burrowed as the Zealots keep on coming over. And, I mean, again, it's not a good thing if you're 2 base all in and we're focusing on your base. As we're going to be seeing, TY is pushed back by the Stalker army. Stalkers could blink over the rocks maybe to chase this down a bit further. He just blinks around the side. Maybe he couldn't because of the way the vision works here. I'm not sure if he had a unit around to see the blink, for the blink. Either way, I mean, TY still has an army supply lead, but now he's on 28 workers. You just got to remember, as long as PartinG is buying time, he's getting into a better and better position to hold this. Zealots are going to come in towards the natural again as TY went across the map, because guess what? He knows he has to try and end the game. Zealots going to warp into the main 2, going to deal damage to SCVs, going to deal damage to, production lines. Force Field's trying to buy a little bit of time as Colossus here up the ramp. Just going to have to kite backwards against those Marines to deal with this right now. More Force Fields are good, but the first Colossus does fall. TY will burrow a set of Widow Mines to try and, well, shut PartinG down. And PartinG is going to take a little bit of damage to those Widow Mines. Sentry's going down very quickly as well, but the bio count is really dropping across the map. Those Zealots are still going crazy in the main. There is really nothing to reinforce this army coming over. And at this point, I think PartinG basically has to dive onto Widow Mines with the Colossus if there's going to be any way to lose these. I mean, the army of the Terran is just so low. He's going to try and drop on top of it. Yeah, I mean, okay, sure, you kill the Colossus, but there's more gateway units coming through as well. Another Colossus is coming up. And, well, TY can just summarize the game for us. He's dead. Like, he is absolutely dead right now. And that's GG as PartinG picks up game 2. God damn it, why am I muted so much lately? Ay, ay, ay. Well, so what I was just saying is the replay pack. God, I just went on a massive rant about the replay pack. Well, TY bottom left, PartinG top right. What I'm trying to say is, guys, that if you guys are, no, sorry, as someone asked about the replay pack, all the replays from this event will be released in the next day or so, as well as all of the replays from the last 2 weeks. We're doing our replay pack hopefully tonight, so you'll get replays from Maru, TY, and all of the players in this tournament, all the players you saw in the OSC Championship, Raynor, Euthermal, Solar, Rogue, Zest. All those players will have replays for you guys for. So if you want to get yourselves replays, get subscribed. The new replay pack is coming out tonight or so. Should be good. Stargate on the way up here from PartinG. So he's going to hide a Stargate proxied across the map while TY will proxy a barracks and engineering bay block. Factory coming up in the main means that he should have a Cyclone out before that Stargate gets anything through, so Cyclone should be good to defend. So there's that attack lab dropping into play here. Engineering bay, and again, blocking that natural. Also just allows him to keep track of when a natural is perhaps being taken, as the Reaper does see the proxied Stargate, and is not just going to go into the tech lab factory, but also will now be able to just... Yeah, that's a second Reaper actually. Oh, interesting. A third Reaper. Ooh, intriguing. Intriguing. Anyways, we're going to be seeing the couple of grenades fighting against this pylon here. And again, just going to be seeing the Stargate is just setting up on the left side. We see the Reapers continue to pull back against this Adept. Adept is going to go down. And Adept does fall. Oracle on the way out. And this Oracle from PartinG jumping in towards the main is going to be picking up a SCV kill. It's a nice little shutdown. Cyclone locks onto that Oracle. Is going to get pushed away. That means I probably forgot to say thank you to the subscribers, didn't I? Sorry. So I was probably muted when I said thank you to Togo Star, subscribing for 15 months during that last game. Thank you so much, Togo Star. And Moki, Stoical Seneca, and Speaker Productions came in with the Twitch Prime subs back to back to back as though it was synced up. Thank you so much for the Twitch Primes. Just now, Dropship Magic with the 10-month free subs. Says, Wardy, love your dedication, love your passion, bringing high-level SCT to the plebs. WardiTV, yeah, baby. Thank you so much, Dropship Magic, for the 10 months. Twilight Council is coming down in the back of the main. Couple of extra gates getting placed down. PartinG recalls his workers to the third, which is, his natural, which is actually taking on the gold. So that's a little bit of a unique way of doing things here. PartinG going to take this gold base. We see Reapers and a couple Cyclones setting up in the main. Again, a couple Oracles just spread out a little bit, and just going to be seeing that blink just chrono boosting out here as well. Again, set up for the follow-up as, well, again, the early damage from the Oracles wasn't all too much. The Cyclones and Reapers are going to go over and deal with this Stargate now. Honestly, there's a lot of potential for counterattack here. 3 Cyclones and 3 Reapers. The grenades can keep you very safe on the Cyclones, kind of bop units back if they're getting too close, for example. Should be interesting as we do see the Reapers coming in. Just going to be having the pylon get picked off there. There you go. Pylon taken down. As you see, oops, Cyclone lock-on is good though. Oh my god, the damage is insane. He has that Magfield Accelerator upgrade, so those Stalkers getting melted by those shots. Nice damage done. Remember though, TY is just now getting up to 2 bases. Oh, kills an Oracle as well though. As I say, he's just now getting up to 2 bases. The fact PartinG's on a gold already means his economy is really overwhelming at the moment. You can see the income for PartinG just rising up massively since he got set up on the gold. But he has to pull the probes to survive right now, apparently. I tell you what though, he is using a lot of lock-ons onto the probes here, rather than on the Stalkers, and it took a while to get the Oracle down too. Going forwards again, couple shield batteries on the way up, Cyclone lock-ons. Again, good with the barracks overhead, it allows you to keep the vision, so you can just pull back with ease with the Cyclones and stay locked on. That's another dead Stalker perhaps, nope, just pulls a little bit too far away. And that Cyclone, actually that was on low HP, gets taken down. The barracks taken down as well, so the high ground vision is lost. As we are going to be having the Sentry, the Stalker, extra gateways, all of this coming out at the moment. And again, these Cyclones just locking on to a few of those Stalkers there, and just going to be seeing the Stalkers just hanging around in the center. On the left-hand side, going to be seeing that Stargate coming up, and Marines pulling back down to the bottom left-hand side. Again, Stim and +1 attack still coming through from TY. Who now with his natural expansion down, well, the income will calm down a little bit, but it's still been a huge chunk of advantage from PartinG, and as long as he has a gold base, it's still very good for him, remember. Stalkers of PartinG still coming down to the lower left side of the map here. Colossus gets popped up, and maybe a hallucination to maybe give him high ground vision, because of course he can jump up there. Boom. So there we go. High ground vision comes in, and the Stalker straight in here. That's a dead stim pack, and that's a hell of an upgrade to deny when it's already so far to completion. Maybe it's not a dead stim pack. He's going to try for it, and he will get it. He got 2 Cyclones as well, though. That was really nice. His PartinG blinking away. Great damage dealt. I mean, such a vulnerable position here for these barracks, right on the edge of the main. You have to be so careful about that as the Stalkers blink right back in. Oh my god. Did you guys enjoy it when I killed Stimpack the first time? Well, let me kill it again, says PartinG, because I'm an entertainer. I don't just do tricks once, I do them twice. Boom, just like that. Stimpack dies again. And now it's like, well, I started on this tech lab, I restarted on this tech lab, and now this tech lab's back up. I guess it's ready to go. Rebuilds the tech lab up here just for when Stim gets cancelled one more time. Now Stalkers on the natural command expansion are going to get a few SCVs, and PartinG continuing to pick TY apart here after that early pressure. Remember, PartinG is doing all of this with a gold base in the background too, so he's just continuing to mine more while killing workers. Looking great. What's up, Spyro the Dragoon, who just came in for a subscription as well. Thank you so much for subscribing to the stream. Welcome to the family. We are approaching our sub goal again, guys, for the sub emotes. Oh man, you guys are really making my heart go crazy with this one. Yesterday we got so close, then we dropped away. Today we're getting close again. It's really ridiculous. The sub count today going crazy. Thank you so much for all the love, guys. As we do see the Stalkers pushing in and just going to come through. Try and get some damage done. Picks off a medevac, man. Without Stim, Blink Stalkers are just so frustrating to deal with. Like, they can just sit around for what feels like an eternity, firing at units and just blinking away without any repercussions at all. Like, he lost a couple units here, but he also killed off a Cyclone and a medevac. He's getting great trades out of this every single time. Does TY even know about the gold? Of course he does. He was attacking the gold base earlier with the Cyclones. As we see the Stalkers jumping up here in towards the main base. Well, good thing Stimpack wasn't back on that tech lab. Man, poor TY has lost so many tech labs this game. That's the 3rd tech labs he's lost. Crazy. As the Stalkers blink back down to the lower ground. I mean, the rest of this army from PartinG warping in here. Now he's about to get a Dark Shrine up. We'll see if DTs are going to take part or if it's just going to be for Archons. I guess, why not both, really? Why not both? As we see the tech lab dropping down on this racks. And the Stalker's going to spread out down to the bottom side. Ready. I mean, he's looking for a fight, man. There's no bunker, there's no wall-offs. The charge lots are going to be deadly. The DTs can distract and maybe pull some units in towards the main base as well. PartinG just spreading out at the moment, just waiting to see, or waiting for his opportunity. Stalkers back up as some units move out. He's going to find an SCV, going to find 2. And he'll get, he'll lose out on this pylon. But other than that, well, the Stalker's actually just going to recall out of there. And they go to the goal, which is actually kind of close to this point anyway. DT's going to load up into the Prism, I would imagine. As they load up into the Prism, I imagine he'll jump in towards the main base, trying to deal some damage here. I mean, here comes the fight in the center anyways. The Widow Mines in the front get taken down pretty quick, apart from... Oh, no, even that one in the end got taken down. Force field, so you can't kite backwards away from this, but the Stalkers will get chased down. 2 DTs warping in, especially with the fact DTs are in the main base as well. If the missile turret goes down, oh my god, there won't be many scans. Not if you have to scan defensively as well. It's going to be really tough. 1 DT gets picked off right there. More Stalkers coming down. I mean, again, the DTs, as long as they stay spread out, going to have a great time here. There's SCVs from the natural up on the main as well. Oh, no. I mean, now extra Stalkers warping in, more DTs, and if a scan gets used. I mean, trying to build the missile turret on the low ground there. Doesn't happen. Now there's no scan for another 50 energy, so now the DTs will deal some real damage until missile turrets come up. I mean, more DTs into the main base here. Maybe the Stalkers could blink up as well if they would like to. Maybe they'll go elsewhere. He's going to kill combat shields. No, not another tech lab. It's just not fair. How many upgrades are going to be denied this game? This elevated position on Automaton is absolutely brutal as he just picks away at tech labs, at production. I mean, Stalkers actually find the drop on the bottom side, which he obviously saw leaving the base somehow. And I mean, everything is just going wrong for TY. GG. PartinG takes it